Welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Just doing a video today. Basically a follow up from yesterday, basically, or the other day when I got my letter from the BBC, of course, and beautiful red letter, a Christmas card, basically, what do you want to call it, Now I've had one or two comments about the situation with the BBC when they become license free, like Inspector C, when you become like me. You're not a criminal, you're not a TV license evader. The simple thing is, folks, you're not watching, you're not paying. Now whatever they try and say to you in these letters, this particular letter you get means nothing. I don't even have to open it. Some people have left some comments saying, well, open it and see what it's like. I've had 30 of these letters, 30 letters. See them, 30 of them, 30. And after 10, 15, 20, they're all the same. All they want you to do is pay for a TV license, and they run it on fear. Fear that they're going to come knocking on your door. Now, these letters are harassment. Like I was telling you before, they're all just harassment. And I just ignored them. I don't even have to open them, I just collect them. Because I'm doing nothing wrong, I'm not watching BBC television, so I've nothing to fear. If they come to my door, I will confront them and tell them this. I've already rang them up and told them this. But they're not interested in that, because they just say, well, even if you ring them up and say, look, yeah, I don't require a TV license, this address, I don't watch your programs, blah, blah, blah. They say, oh, you're watching any live television? I say, no, I'm not watching any live television. Oh, okay. Yeah, we were doing any live television in the future? No. All these, they ask you stupid questions, and you tell them, and they say at the end of it all, the very end, they say, yes, but of course that's fine, Mr. whatever your name is. Yeah, we'll make a log of that, and we'll get a letter. All letters will stop in for 2 years. You get no more harassment for 2 years. But they say to you, we still can call round and check. We need to call round and check sometimes, so that you could get, even though you've done the declaration, you can get a knock on the door. So that's the way it is. They just have a way of making their own rules up when it suits them. And like I say, this letter's number 30. If you can see it there, you can see letter number 30, basically. Authorised visit, basically, I think it is. Authorised visit. But anyway, it means nothing, because it's just the same thing I've had 20 times before. And of course, I'm here, I'm a small channel, I'm trying to get to 3,000, and hit the like, subscribe, if you can, and leave your comments below, because there's 3 or 4 million people now, 3 or 4 million people not paying the TV license. And that's a lot of money they're losing. And of course, it's going to get bigger and bigger, more and more people. And if you want to become like me, Inspector C, we don't want to pay your TV license and save yourself £200. There's no reason why you can do the same as me. If they come to my door, I will let you know, tell them the situation, the law. And of course, there's other people, like I told you the other day, that, the black belt barrister, for instance, like he's got the same kind of letter, kind of, probably, I don't know if it's a red letter he's got, the black belt barrister. If you check him out, black belt barrister, he does a lot of good work for the legal side of it, how you stand. And of course, because he's a solicitor and a barrister, he can sort this out. He can sort it out, not just for me or anybody else, the whole community of people who get these harassment letters, if you know what to do. But it costs money. It costs, £200 or £300 to get an injunction against them to stop and persist. I think it's stop and resist or something. A technical document that you send to them, and then any communications they have to go through a solicitor. That would help them a lot. Talking about that, as I said, I'm just going to have a break here, because today, by the way, just cheers everybody, is my birthday. cheers, everybody. A lot of people have thanked me too. About a lot of few people to thank. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, that sherry is a bit strong. Wow. Nice on a cold day like today, like a cold day. Anyway, like I say, the next thing about the BBC, they've got one other big court case coming up, which is Mr. Trump. They think because they can get away with it by delaying the court procedures and everything else. But what they fail to understand, they're dealing with a president of the United States, a very powerful man. And in sometimes, whether you like him or not, that's up to you whether you like him or not. You can vote for him. You don't want it. If you're American, you can vote for him, and he gets into power. Now he's doing all good things for it. I can see he's stopping wars, and that's what it's about: stopping people killing each other. So anyway, they're going to fight that in his illegal, some technical thing they're trying to win it on the jurisdiction of being in New York, Miami or something. They didn't broadcast it live over there and stuff. But the basic thing is, when you go to a court and you've got 12 people making a judgment on you, it depends what a court case says, what they will say. Then 12 people make a decision. Now they did something wrong. They made Trump out to be causing a riot, and he didn't. That is the truth. He didn't do anything like that. And they tried to jump them two videos together to make him look like he was causing a riot. That is defamatory. In any case of the book, whatever they've done, even if 10 people see it, 20 people see it, it doesn't matter. They've done wrong, and they've done it purposely. You don't make a mistake by putting two things together an hour apart. It doesn't work. So anybody who goes to law school probably can tell you that he's got a good case to fight in court. And of course, there's one other person. The BBC are controlled by the government. It's not state television yet. It could be, because that's the way it could go, state television, that you have to pay. If it goes on your council tax, you've got to pay it. And that becomes state television, and that state, like in Russia. We don't want that. But anyway, that sherry's a bit tough. He might win the case, and it's going to cost the BBC, and not me. It's going to cost people out there who pay the TV licence fee, the £200. It's going to be a lot of money paid to him, because one other person, like I was saying to you, is Stormer, the Prime Minister, will say, look, to the BBC, settle up, pay him 10 million, 50 million, whatever, get it out of the way, just because he's an ally, he's a powerful man, and of course he could put 50% tariffs. He loves these tariff stuff. He could put tariffs on the British companies and economy. We could be in a right mess, more than the mess that we are now. So that's another thing. So they think they can win the case, but of course it's a foolish thing that they're playing, a foolish game, which they always do. The BBC, they did this with all kinds of inquiries and things, and the Hugh Edward things. They just delayed that and everything else, and it'll be a couple of years down the road and stuff. But eventually, mark my words, they'll probably eventually have to pay up. They have to pay up. Anyway, like I said, that's the video today. That's the video today. Sorry. All right, Mum. My mother there. It's all right. Sorry, my mum's just walking about at the moment. Sorry about that, my mum. Just doing a video. She doesn't understand. But it's all right. It's all right. Carry on. That's the bloody dog. Yeah. So anyway, I'm coming to the end of this video now, basically because I want to thank everybody who's made some notes about this, because it's nothing to worry about. The BBC won't change their ways, and it's just another harassment letter, basically. And I don't need to open it. Like I say, I don't need to open it. I know what's in there. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to get £1,000 fine. You're going to go to court. Well, we'll see, folks. We'll see in a few weeks' time whether they come knocking on my door. If they come knocking on my door, we'll sort it out from there. Because that's the main thing. When you have become license free, like Inspector C, like me, you become license free. That's the only communication you get is by letters being sent to you, and of course the confrontation on the door. The confrontation on the door is when they come knocking on your door to see you. And it's been, what, 8 years now? This is basic. I did the declaration, the 2-year declaration for 6 years, and everything was fine. I never got a letter, nothing else. But it was only 30 months ago, because this is letter number 30. Letter number 30. Letter number 30 is one of many, like I say, 30, over 30 months. And my two-year renewal was coming up a couple of months before that, and I got a letter from them saying the usual thing, and then they said, this place is not licensed. So the agreement was broken by them, not me. They broke their agreement with me on a 2-year agreement, which the declaration is, but it means nothing to them because, as you can say, in the last 12 months, about 3 to 4 million people have cancelled the TV license in the last 2 years. So, cheers, folks. They know they're losing money, and this intimidation, this red letter, it's a small, it needs to be in a bigger letter, like a postcard, Christmas card letter. This is a bit more different because you can see there, action required, whatever, authorised. Well, we'll see, folks. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks when they come knocking on my door. I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm on YouTube here telling you what I'm doing. Nothing illegal about it. Not evading. I'm not watching BBC television. I come here to my mum and dad's now 3 or 4 times a week, so I can watch BBC television. They have a license. But I don't. I don't need a license. Anyway, folks, thanks again to all the new people. Please leave a comment. Hit the like button, because that's the way my algorithm works. You get more likes. Give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Subscribe. It will help the channel a lot to get to 3,000 subscribers. And more and more people understand that if they want to become license free, like Inspector C, like myself, it can be done, one other comment I meant to tell you about. One other comment. Why did they call myself Inspector C? Well, I try to turn the tables on the BBC because they came and said, they said to me, "Oh, they're coming to investigate me, inspect me." So I became, and they call themselves enforcement officers. So I'm an inspector. I'm an inspector. So I can make a name up myself, like Inspector C on the channel, reform the BBC, which it needs reforming. So that's why I call myself Inspector C, and let's reform the BBC. And with your help, by doing the same, by just not paying a TV license, overnight they would be in brown trousers. Put it that way. They would, they'd had no income coming. Everybody cancelled the television license. They'd have to go to TV license. TV license would have to go to advertisements, and the iPlayer would turn into a subscription right away. So that's what they have to do, because they've no other income unless you pay it. And if you don't pay it, there's no income. It's that simple. Anyway, folks, thanks again to everybody. My birthday today, I'm 72. And I feel like I'm still 2 years old, because that's what they told me at school. I'm not just a 2-year-old. Act like a 2-year-old. So, I'm still 2. Nothing wrong with that. I'm still 2 and years old. And, mentally, yeah, probably 2-year-old. So anyway, folks, thanks again. Here's looking at you, kid. I think you're looking at my. By the way, Peter Sellers it would have been 100 years old, because Inspector C, I couldn't use Inspector, his name Clouseau, because it's copyright. So if I had called myself Inspector Clouseau of the French police, the famous French detective, I would got a copyright situation, and I got a big company and America would say, no, you can't become, I'm not the next Inspector Clouseau. You know, I would like to be Inspector Clouseau and keep Peter Sellers' memory going. So that's why I call myself Inspector C, because I cannot use the what they call it, the name of Clouseau, you know? Yeah, I cannot use that, you know, because that's the lure. Yes, that is the lure. The lure. Yes. Yeah, not a great impression, I know, but I will be doing more things on the channel as I get a chance to, because I'm spend a lot of time here with mother and father, because they're both 90 and they've both got dementia, basically. Anyway, folks, thanks again. Don't forget, leave your comments, subscribe, hit the like, and I'll be happy with that. And so I try and get my and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens the next few months, whether anything changes. I mean, it doesn't bother me whether they come or not. It really doesn't bother. I'm not here. I'm just here documenting what's going on. That's all I'm doing. And anybody else can do the same. Nothing doing any wrong. I'm not breaking any laws whatsoever. I'm not watching. I'm not paying. As simple as that. Anyway, folks, I will see you on the next one. Bye for now. Bye.